Oh, hey, we're live. Cool. Friday night. Friday night fajitas and margaritas. What's going on, everybody? You can hear and see me okay? Once anybody gets in, just hit the like button. Let me know you can hear and see me okay. Doing some fajitas and some margaritas. Pretty excited about that. This is one I'm doing just basically because I really wanted margaritas and I really wanted fajitas, so that's what I'm doing. Ron Coward, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Yeah. Let the dog, everybody get in here. Let the dog she's doing her puzzle. She was scratching her puzzle, so figured she wanted to do something. I'm gonna give everybody a chance to kind of come in and hang out. For just, everybody come in and, everybody, let's see, I didn't miss it. Yeah, yeah. Ron, I thought that was pretty funny. But man, I'll tell you what, I thought it was like not the right day of the week all week. Because yesterday being Christmas, which I hope everybody had a good Christmas and all that, but it was just kind of one of those things where I felt like today was Monday or Sunday. Tuckerverse, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Yeah, what? Let the beagle do her. She was scratching in her puzzle, so I figured she wanted to do her puzzle. Or she just wanted to treat, one or the other. But yeah, like I said, tonight we are going to do some fajitas, we're going to do some margaritas, and just kind of have a Friday night hangout. Like I said, there's not really much of a recipe to this. I just really wanted to have fajitas, and I wanted margaritas. So you guys can more than welcome to hang out. Hope everybody got what they wanted for Christmas. I'm still doing Christmas. I got another Christmas to go to tomorrow. So, see how that all plays out. But anyway, let's move it over here. It looks like she's done doing whatever little dogs do. I'll let her finish, get her little, I don't know, I think there's still one in there, but I need that spot, so I gotta do what I gotta do. All right, well anyway, so let's come over here and come over to our usual spot and get in there. There we go. Kind of. Still getting used to this new light. It's huge. It's got a ring. It's like got a ring light on it. That's where the other one just had a stand. But we'll see how the light does. I'll move her stuff out of the way. All right, but we're gonna start off good. We're gonna go ahead and start off with the margaritas. And when I went to the liquor store today to get my makings for margaritas, you would have thought that there would have been a zombie apocalypse. There was no Cointreau, there was no triple sec, there was no anything. So I had to revert back to like the cheap way to do it. Not a cheap way, but a good way, but not like you would get like at a good bar. So we're gonna break out our stuff here and get that going. And don't make fun of the Patron bottle I bought, because I was sitting there and they had like right next to where you like check everything out. They had all these things on sale, and they had like bottles of vodka for sale, and they had all this stuff, and then they had a bottle of Patron sitting there, and I was like, all right, and it was in the box. So I'm like, all right, I'll pick up a box of Patron and get that going. And this was the bottle that was in the box. I've never seen, I think this is what I would consider almost a traveler size bottle of Patron. Yeah, that's why it was like what it was. But I did get a bunch of vodka today that was on sale. And I didn't get it to drink it. I got it so I could make, what do you call it? Vanilla beans. I could make homemade vanilla with it. So it's very nice. Ice cold Patron, yeah. I know, right, man? Let's look at this thing. This is like a traveler's bottle, but it was in a big box. I threw the box away. I put the box in the recycling, but the box was huge, and I'm like, the other bottles were like $35, and that was like 16 or something. And I'm like, well, I'll just get this one. It's the same thing, and I didn't look at it. I was in the checkout line. So anyway, this is what it is. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use. The recipe I use is 2 ounces of tequila and 4 ounces of mix. And I like using this, 3 agaves. I like using this. It's an organic one. And this is actually not bad at all. I do love this. This is what I use a lot in the summertime. Because it's easy. And it's organic. And it's not like, I don't mind using like limeade and stuff like that, but for like kind of the better taste, I guess you would say. And it doesn't give you, like, doesn't upset your stomach like just using lime would. So we're gonna do 2 shots, or wait, we'll do this first. Do 2 shots. Ooh, that smells good. So we'll do 2 shots of this. 2 shots of our Patron. And this is gonna make 1. Which I don't know how many of these we're going to end up with. But I would imagine not too many because this bottle is like teeny. Okay, so we've got those in there. Put this off to the side. So 2 shots of that. And then I can do 4 ounces. 4 ounces of the mixer. There we go. There we go. And we're almost there. And then fill the rest up with ice. I do tend to use smaller ice cubes for this. And my glass. That's my official margarita glass. And we'll fill that up with these small ice cubes. There we go. Oh, there we go. Check comment section here while I'm here. Ain't that cute? 1 chugger. Yeah. Yeah, well, it is a 1 chugger, isn't it? Let's see. So there we go. Throw that all in there. Tighten it down. Pretty close. Pretty close. All right. No comments. Anybody in here tonight? Is my camera not working? What's going on? I haven't seen any of the mods either. That's the holidays. There's salt. You gotta have the salt. Now the salt, wet the rim a little bit. Pop that on there. Normally, a lot of times I like the mezcal because I like the salt that comes with it. The chili salt that comes with that. It's pretty darn delicious. It is quiet. I know. Mal, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Nice frozen margarita. See, there you go. It's all in the measurements. All in the measurements. I've made this once before. A long time ago. And we all had a lot of fun the time I made it. The one time I made these. Okay. So there we go. Move some of this stuff out of the way and we'll get to cooking. We'll get to a cooking here. All right. Hey Badger, hi Ronald, hey Tucker. Bob Builder, what's up buddy? Good to see you. Well, me and Ronald, we're gonna hold this down by ourselves tonight. With Tucker. Tucker's in and out, I think. He might still be in here. There we go. Let's give it a try. Not bad. Not bad. I've had better, but not much. I'll tell you that. Probably could use just a little more lime in there, actually. A little more lime into this. That's what we need. Just a little more squeeze of lime in that. There we go. Can't have too much. Well, you can't have too much lime. That didn't have quite enough. Alright, so we got that. So then we'll bring out the stars for the show tonight. Well, more of them. We already saw the main star. We already saw the main one. I read the post. Good to see you, mate. Yeah, that's funny. So tonight we're going to be using the Wagner Sizzle server. I've used this a couple times before to make different things. It comes in super handy. I love this thing. This was an heirloom piece from my mom. And they made these from about 1930 to the 1950s, into 1950. They were really ahead of their time. I mean, I've just never seen too many other Sizzle servers besides this one, besides Wagner and Lodge. And they fit really good if you have one of the Sportsman's grills. They are awesome for when I would take the Sportsman grill camping. I always took my Sizzle server because everything fit so nicely onto that oval top. It's just an absolutely great skillet. And then for the fajita part, we're just gonna be using the regular 9-inch Lodge, which is basically about all I do with this. Is I make eggs, warm up fajita shells, taco shells, and do sandwiches. That's about all I ever do with that. And then let's see what else. We'll get our fajita mix, which I made this ahead of time because I marinated it. So I'll tell you how I did it, but that's about the best I can do because I wanted this to marinate. This has been marinating for 12 hours and it looks pretty rough inside the bag. But what I did is I took a third a cup of lime juice, fresh lime juice, and then I took a tablespoon of dark chili powder, tablespoon of paprika, half teaspoon of salt, half teaspoon of black pepper. There's a couple dehydrated cayenne peppers in there. Let's see, I mentioned the lime juice, salt, a little bit of adobo powder, and I'll think of what else I put in there. Oh, and I put in 3 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce and a little bit of cream of tartar in there. Cream of tartar, as some folks say. And that's been sitting in there marinating whole of this piece of flank steak since 8 o'clock this morning. So a solid 12 hours. So this should be good and tender by the time we get it on there. And we're gonna start heating our skillet up. Heat these skillets low and slow. We'll cut up some vegetation. I'm not gonna do tomatoes tonight because I broke out some of the salsa from this summer that we did. Actually, we made on the live stream on a pop-up show. We made that already. That looks yummy to me. Yeah. Hey, what's up, buddy? How are you? Good to see you. Maldez, is that correct? Madiz. And then we have our salsa that we made this summer. That was from our tomatoes, Cherokee purples. Just all that. You can go back and check that video out. This is really good. It's a little thin, But I'll mix it up. It was frozen. I just got out of the freezer this morning, so it needs a little mixing up. And then we'll get our vegetables. We'll do our vegetables real quick. We're gonna keep this pretty simple too. We're just gonna do some peppers. And when I was at the store today, normally I'm not big on jalapeno peppers, but the jalapeno peppers looked really, really good today. So I picked up a couple of those, and we'll throw some jalapenos in there as well. Because like I said, they just look really good. I mean, jalapeno peppers to me are kind of just sort of, they're okay. I think I threw some, last time I bought jalapeno peppers, because I don't grow them. Last time I bought them was when I made that salsa. So there's some jalapeno in there. And they don't seem very, like a lot of people think that they seem to be hot to people. I don't think they're very hot. Like as far as the capsaicin in them. I don't find them to be a very warm pepper. And if I have green peppers in there, because I honestly don't think most jalapenos that I ever get have very much heat to them at all. So I don't usually mess with them. But those just look good, so I thought I'd just throw them in there for the heck of it. Cut this up, we'll check comments, see what's going on, see if we have some folks come in or not. I don't know how many this will make, but there's it's about 1 1/3 pound is what I ended up with in that flank steak. A lot of times I use skirt steaks, but they're skirt steaks. They look kind of fatty. And I've been restocking the freezer this week. So I've been shopping at the butcher shop, refilling everything. So we got these. I'm not gonna add a whole heck of a lot of onion to this. See, we check out the comment section. Let's see. I've seen photos of those with the Griswold logo. I'm not sure if it was the Griswold or a Wagwell. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Cast Iron Chaos, thanks for showing up. I've never seen one of those either, actually. And I would imagine that it's probably, because when I look up when they made those, it really doesn't talk about, I believe they made them into the 70s. They kind of brought them back, kind of like a lot of things that Wagner did. So it wouldn't surprise me if there's some floating around like that. I've never personally seen one, but I definitely would agree that they're out there. Let's see, I got an onion floating around here somewhere. Yeah, that margarita's going down really good. I got that feeling that before it's over with, there's going to be a little bit of there might be some shots of that going around. Like I said, I'm not going to make a ton of onion. I did make some really good potato salad a little bit ago, though. Because I broke out, while I was in the freezer, I grabbed a loaf of rye bread that I made about a month ago. I grabbed that out of there, and so I got some ham sandwiches for later on this weekend, and I thought, man, some potato salad sounds really, really good. So that's what I did. Let's see here. Got this. Let me grab a little bit of lettuce off of there. And I'll need a ton of lettuce. Sometimes I use this just for the tacos when I'm feeling like I need to be a little healthier than normal. The taco boats with the lettuce leaf, the Roma tomato, or Roma lettuce. There we go. There we go. Need a ton of lettuce either. Okay, set that off somewhere. Oh, and that. Get our pepper out of here. Just cut off a little bit of that. I don't need a ton of it. There we go. Whoa. There we go. Let's see. HP, plant your habaneros together. They'll cross-pollinate and it'll be nice and hot. Oh, okay. I am gonna put out. I've never put out habaneros. I've never put out to this point habaneros. I should say. I have not, but I'm definitely expanding my peppers this summer. I am definitely going to up my pepper game this year. But generally I just do Tabasco peppers and I do cayenne peppers. Those are my main, and green peppers. And I think this summer coming up, I might go outside the box a little bit and grab and do some yellow peppers this year. And I'm definitely looking at some different peppers because I really got into making my own hot sauce this year. So definitely making your own hot sauce and a little bit of cilantro too. I do like cilantro. I'm not going to act like I don't. Rough chop that up. So there's our top. That's pretty much our toppings. That's about all we need for all that. I've got some sour cream and a couple other things. I'm not going to do a taco sauce because I've got that salsa that we made. So, and that works pretty well for that for a sauce. And I'm going to sample my margarita as well. Well, that happened to Jimmy Nardello pepper plant. We had one of those crazy hot, not sweet. Yeah, I plant my pepper plants pretty close. Like I always do my how is it? The cayenne pepper, a green pepper, and then I do a Tabasco pepper. I kind of do them in that order. I've never really had them super cross-pollinate. But the one thing that I have been wondering is it by doing that, am I keeping my green peppers smaller? Because it doesn't seem to be making I kind of was hoping that it would make the other peppers bigger, but that's never happened. So I'm not sure if that's at all how that would work out or not. Let's see, let's get this. Let's get one of these. Let's get another cutting board. I'll be glad. My island should be here in a couple days. So I'll be glad when the island's here. So that way I have something behind me I can work with. Oh, and I am going to put my gloves on. Move this over that way, just a smidge. There we go. Sorry guys, I'm just not used to working with this silly the new light. It's not doing me all that. Not doing me a lot of good. We'll cut these up. Oh, I need to turn my fajita skillet on. The round griddle. There we go. Boy, look at that. That looks good. That's got a really nice marinade to it. I'm really happy with that. Can you guys see that? Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm digging that. A lot. I'm liking that a lot. I am liking that a ton. There we go. Cut this. Let's see. Should get against the grain this way. There we go. Man, that smells great. That really does. That 12-hour marinade is where it's at. It's kind of slippery on there. It's hard to see where the fat is with all that stuff on there. There we go. So I got a deep marinade. If you guys can see that, how far down that ring got into there of the marinade, that's awesome. I'm definitely all about that. And I didn't trim this either, so I'm getting all the fat that's in there. That's going to stick around. There we go. Oh, and I put some oregano in there too. I put some oregano in this. I kind of just sort of did a half-ass like taco meat. I didn't really follow a recipe. I just kind of wung it, as I tend to do a little bit when we do these. Big fat piece off there. You see that silver skin? I should have taken that silver skin off of there. Oh well. There we go. Check it in the comment section. See what's going on. Anything. I'm not gonna live long enough to see your island batch. That's on its way. Well, I went through to get it. That was the hell of it. I've ordered, this is the 4th one I've ordered. And 3 have been damaged into, and you guys probably won't see the island anyway. It'll be behind me. But it'll just be nice that it has like, because I have a table in here now, because my dining room table is in the other room, is in the dining room. So I just have like a little table set up in here for this kind of thing. So it'll just be nice because it extends out, it has more storage, I can store stuff on it, I'll be able to hang some things inside of it. It'll be pretty nice. Oh, that fat on there. That silver skin on there is tough. Yeah, maybe I won't live long enough to get this island. I'm pretty happy about it. That and the other baker's rack that's in here now. I like having my baker's rack with a hanger on it, where I can hang plants. Start seedlings in here in the kitchen. Wow. There you go. Slippery. There we go. Alright, so we got that pile right there. So everything's pretty much ready to go. Man, that smells amazing. That smells really, really good. I'll take that all day long. But I'll take some more of this margarita right now. Kenzie Gaming, what's going on? Good to see you. That margarita's hitting. That's hitting right. Cut that down just a little bit more. There we go. Get some of these down just a little bit. So they fit a little better onto the fajita skillet. There we go. Yeah, some of these longer pieces will take them down just a touch. Things are so slippery. I like wearing the gloves, but it does make things a little tricky. There we go. Alright. Got that big pile there. Big pile of meat. There we go. Crank that up. Get that thing a cranking. Alright. Man, there's like no comments tonight. Jeez, well, Pete's. Friday night is not the night for these live streams, that's for sure. You do not do well. Alright. So I'm gonna lose this glove, and then we're gonna take we're gonna bring everybody over here and over to the cooking spot. There we go. Back over to here. There we go. I'll take that. Put another glove back on. I said take glove off to do that. These are still going to be good. Everybody's going to miss it. Everybody's missing it, and then they're all going to be mad. Okay. There we go. Yeah, now we're getting some steam on there. Can you see it starting to smoke? That's what we want. All that goodness. Excellent. Now I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to eat. I'm wondering if someone else has a live going or something. Maybe that's why it's so quiet. I don't know. I mean, it's the day after Christmas, so that's why I didn't do one yesterday. I just didn't think it would be. I didn't think it would behoove me to really do one yesterday. And I might have been right. So anyway, a little oil on here. A little avocado oil on there. Lily's Farm, what's going on? Good to see you, Lily. How was your Christmas? Well, I watched a lot of your Christmas. On your live streams, I watched a good portion of your stuff going on. Let's see here. So let's go ahead and throw some of these on. There we go. About 4 pieces. There we go. And we'll get some onions on there. Flatten this piece out. Yeah, these Sizzle servers are definitely handy, especially these old Wagners. That's, I mean, you're really getting into having something cool when you have these old Wagners. They're nice and slick, real good and thin, really light. Like as compared to say like the like when you compare it to the new Lodge ones, it's probably half the weight as a Lodge would be. I mean, at least half. There we go. That timer on for about 3 minutes. A little bit of that cilantro. I'm going to let some of that cilantro cook into there as well. Some of that in there. Let that cook in. Yeah, I like that. Cornbread was awesome, Greg. Let me see. Carlo, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Let's see. Cornbread was awesome, Greg. Yeah. If you got the hookup from Greg, you got some good cornbread. That stuff's still burning a hole in my kitchen. That is still burning a hole in the kitchen. Let's see. Yeah, good to see you, GH. Glad you could make it. Glad you could make it. It's more fun when everybody, more the merrier, I always say. And break out some cheese. Probably gonna have to make another margarita here pretty soon. I don't want to get too deep into the margarita. Too early. It's only 8:30. So to thin out so if you ever wonder how at the Mexican restaurants you get the really nice and runny sour cream, because they mix it with milk, which is what I'm getting ready to do right about now. That way it pours on real nice. Keep an eye on these things. Man, that smells great. This is exactly what I was needing. The only problem is I don't know where I'm going to eat. There's no room. There's no room to eat anything. I've got the whole area set up. Which the other reason that I'll be glad when the island comes, because it's electrified, is that a lodge too? No, that is a Wagner. If you're talking about this, Lily, that is a Wagner. It's from the 1930s, 1950s, sometime in there. All right, give that about 3 minutes on one side. And we'll move these around just a little bit. Flip these over. Everything over. That nice sear on there. Oh yeah, look at that. That's what I'm talking about. These are really good. Don't want to overcook. So then we're going to do 2 minutes on this side, timer, 2 minutes there, and that'll be it. That will be it. Like I said, those have been marinated. They should be pretty decent. They should be pretty tender. I did not trim the fat off. Let's see. And then I want to get my shells going on over here. Put the shell on this thing. And we'll add just a little bit of avocado oil on. Just a couple drops, just a little bit. And paper towel that. If you want to build seasoning up on cast iron, this is the best way right here. Fajitas, eggs, oil, low heat, and just let them do their thing. Just let them roll. There we go. Just let it roll. That's probably one of my best seasoned pieces that I have in the whole kitchen, is right there. Right there. Move some of this stuff around, out of the way. Out of the way. Put our plate down. Just want to heat these up. Get our plate down. Yeah, there we go. And the meat's frying up great. There in the back. This Sizzle, these are like the wok. They just work so well. They just do everything for you. On that one side. There we go. And one more minute. Just so I don't lose track of what I'm doing. Get some cheese out. And we'll just keep these going until I get tired of making them, until I get full. Alright. That back over here. we go. The cheese down the middle. Get that melt started. Take that off of there. There we go. One down. There we go. Boy, that's looking good. It's smelling good anyway. A little more cheese on there. Some more sour cream. A few dollops of that. Wish I had one of those little squeeze bottles. That'd be cool. Some of this salsa on there. There we go. Can't go wrong. Thanks, Bob. Let's give it a taste. Let's see how this does. Move over just a little bit right there. Because I'm going to throw another one on. That's what I'm talking about. That meat's really tender too. That all-day marinade, that did wonders. And I'm actually really happy that I did the jalapenos on there. That's a nice little kick. And it's going great with this margarita. Another bite of this. That is a monster. Like they say in Jaws, you're going to need a bigger. I'm going to need a bigger wrap. Wow, it's good. I think on the next one, I think I'm going to go like a minute less on each side, because it did kind of overdid the meat a little bit. But the fajita seasoning itself is really on point. I'm happy with how that came out. It's not like ripping hot, but it's got a nice amount of spice to it. That's doing really well. Yeah, that's nice. And I can't say it enough, that 12-hour marinade, that definitely, I mean, that was That was key. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, that's good. Definitely making another one of these. Fuzz fork. Have you been watching baby goats play? I've been watching honey badgers all day. When I've actually, when I've been online watching stuff. I'm on an absolute quest to find out who that guy is that has the honey badgers here in Ohio, because I want to go hang out with that guy. No, he doesn't know it yet, but he's going to be my new best friend. Because those things are just totally cool. All right, so let's get one more of these margaritas up and coming. Get that going in the background. There we go. Because if you're going to have 2 fajitas, you might as well have 2 margaritas. Yeah, that's where it's at. Okay, we'll turn this onto the side here. As I've made a huge mess in the smallest amount of space ever. So let's get this second margarita going. There we go. And so we'll do, margarita makes everything better. Yeah. Whoever invented the margarita, and why they don't have, there's all these national holidays out there, and the person that made the margarita should be the one that should have the national holiday after him, or her, or whoever. Because I'm willing to, so 4 ounces of margarita mix. Use the good stuff, if at all possible. And then we're gonna do, and then 2 shots of, we're using Patron Silver today. There we go. Because it's the holidays. I still can't believe I bought this little bottle. That was so ridiculous. It's like, I could drink this bottle waiting in line at the DMV, get my license renewed. Buckeye Honey Badgers. Yeah, exactly, Bob Builder. That guy, that's like killer, man. Yeah, whoever that guy's got it figured out. And then you just look at like all the comments down below, like where people talk about like the Badgers, like being vicious and all this other kind of stuff, and how they're not like biting that guy to death and everything. And it's like these they're totally fed. They're probably hand raised, and you know, it's one thing if you're like, I don't know, if you're grabbing some badger off the African plains, chucking it into a bag and then throwing it into your house, I'm sure you'd have a lot of trouble. You'd be asking for some serious issues if that went on. But I mean, these things they're not hungry. For one, I have a serious doubt that any of those badgers are at all hungry, even in the slightest. They're well cared for. They seem like they're super happy little critters, and you know, they don't seem to want for anything, which is pretty cool. So let's turn this on. doesn't seem to want to get that one last cube. I don't know why. But if that's the worst thing that happens to me all day is it just doesn't want to get that last cube, I think everything should be fine. But no, Fuzz, I did not get any cast iron for the holidays at all. But I am looking at one. I'm looking at a Pickle Favorite 14 that's cracked that I think can be repaired. That's an absolute steal for a 14. And I'm looking at a Pickleware number 11 that I'm trying to talk the guy down to the small fortune and kidney that this guy wants for the 11 to go with my other 11s and to go with all my Pickle Favoriteware, not just my 11s. But I mean, yeah, having an 11 would be pretty cool, but having a Pickle Favorite 11 would be even cooler. But like I said, I'm not trying to buy a used car or pay a used car price for it. So let's go back here. We'll do another margarita and another fajita and see what happens. Let's see. You have one Pickle Favorite. Yeah, I saw that one in your video. It doesn't hurt to have Pickle Favorite in your collection. I've never looked over my collection and said, man, I have way too many Pickle Favoriteware. Just the contrary, I usually say I don't have enough. And that's no joke. A bit more avocado oil on there. And glove up. But yeah, if I can nail down that 14 and get it fixed, because the crack's not bad. It's actually a starter crack. And to get a and then I did see another one. There is a number 11 on eBay right now, and I was going to say something to everybody about it, to not buy it, because it's showing that it's a gate marked Pickle Favorite. Well, to my knowledge, there's no such thing. And the problem with that one in particular is that it's a recast. It's not an original piece. It's a recast. That's why it's gate marked, because they didn't do gate marks. I highly doubt that you're going to find a prototype piece of Pickle Favoriteware anywhere. You're not going to find that. And that it was definitely a recast. And what I mean by recast is somebody took an original skillet and then they made a mold out of it, like in their garage or something like that, or in a shop or something, and they made a mold of that, and then they took that and made themselves kind of like a backyard. It's sort of a backyard way to do it, or in the garage kind of way to do it, to make yourself a skillet. And they want $175 for that, and that's somebody's going to see that and they're going to think, wow, I could get this for $100. This fitted up, gate marked, once in a lifetime skillet. But what you're going to get is ripped off for $175 for a pan that literally it's not anything what they say it is at all. Not even sort of. Not even a little bit. It's not even a little bit of what they say that is. Pile this one up. You guys see that all right? Put you back on top of the action there. There we go. Bring that down just a little bit too. I definitely am a fan of my favorites that I have. That's why I generally cook with as many as I possibly can get my grubby little mitts on. at a good price. I'm looking for a number 5 right now. That's the one. That's the big one. I've also found a number 4 Pickwa favorite, but that's, I mean, you're paying probably $500 for that one. If I remember the price right, it was probably $500. Because they're just not, they're so rare. Because Pickwa ware didn't last as long as, say, Wagner, Griswold, a lot of these other skillet companies, they just weren't around. 1916 to 1935 or 1915 to 1936, depending on who you talk to and who you ask. I mean, they weren't around very long. So when you find these pieces like the number 4s, the 11s, the 13s, the 14s, you know, things like that, you're going to pay big money because they only made them for a couple years. And those are it. And especially if they're in really, really good shape, that's when you're really going to pay. That's when you're really going to pay the bucks for it. What's up, Davis? How's it going, man? Good to see you. Let me check out my comment section. But I like the bacon. Let's see. But yeah, I mean, that's just, you're going to pay that. You're going to pay that premium, and you are going to pay it. It's like the 11 that I was looking at, that I am looking at, that I'm trying to really work with the guy to get the price down on it. Because I know that I'm going to pay for it, but I don't want to pay, like I said. I mean, you could about buy a used car for what some of these skillets go for. And that's understandable. I mean, I 100% get it. 100% get it. A big old piece of Japolano right there. That's gonna be a stinger. These are actually pretty spicy. I was pretty surprised. Usually I don't find a jalapeno very spicy, but that one does have a little bit of kick to it. There you go. Let those hang out down there. You guys can get a good look at that. Yeah, I definitely, man, I love these. I love this. And the thing of it is you can get one of these skillets for probably $50 altogether online, like on eBay. They usually go for about 35 to 45, and then, you know, $15. And I don't know why, because they're not very common, and they're super useful. I mean, I've done everything from make eggs, campfire eggs with this thing, to, I mean, you just about name it. I've made it with these things. I mean, right now we're sitting here making fajitas with it. Need to get my other fajita on there. The Lodge turkey skillet is 13, or in other words, an 11. You know, that's the one I do not have in my for my wildlife series. Is the turkey. I don't have the turkey, and I don't have the bass or the trout pan that comes with the griddle pan. I've had chances to get them. I don't ever use a griddle pan. I need to just kind of bite the bullet and get one for my collection. About 1 more minute on these things. I'm not going to let them go near as long as I let the other ones go. And I don't have it up near as high either. So these are going to have a nice little, peppers are going to have a little crunch, which will be nice. The onions are going to be a little crunchier, which will be nice too. Yeah. That's for sure. Yeah, these are going to be, it's going to be a lot more, I'm liking how those are looking. I'm really liking that. Man, let me make sure this. I think this the new camera is bad luck. We don't have anybody in here tonight, hardly. I mean, we have some, but not near as like. Everybody must be doing their returns today. Or just nobody's a fan of margaritas. I bought the cast iron lid also. I think $57 for the lid. For the cast iron, for the turkey lid, Yeah, I was also going to say today that I was looking. I got an email from Stargazer today, and they're having a humongous sale. Stargazer is. Stargazer is having a completely massive scale. They're having their Misfit scale, and even their regular prices, like on their like the number eights and whatnot. The number eights are going for like what they went for. Literally, when I bought my skillets a few years back, they're actually really inexpensive right now. I mean, not inexpensive, but they're not $150 expensive. Turn that off. I think we know they're done. But yeah, those are running, and like I said, they are having their Misfits, and they have, they have their lids now, which I don't believe they have a number 8 lid, but it would almost seem silly for them to have. They might. I didn't see one when I looked, because I haven't followed Stargazer very closely in a while, but they had, I mean, it was like $50 off, $60 off for Stargazers. So that's a great price if you're looking for one of the, as I call them, the UFOs, the unusual flying objects. But they're cool. I mean, I like mine. I got nothing really bad to say about. They were a little hard to season at first, but in the end, I really do like my. I really do like my my Stargazers. So let's see, do a cat logo skillet, like the company, like Caterpillar. I think they've done a Caterpillar one. I mean, I could just be making that up in my head, but I think they have. Some of that salsa on there. Top off this margarita with the last of what's in this pitcher over here. There we go. Man, the margaritas came out really good. That's like the number one appetizer of the night has been the margarita. It's been really good. Let's see. I knew I had a lime down in there. Crank that lime onto there. There we go. Yeah, I'll take that. That looks really good. You guys see that okay? See that one all right? Yeah, I'll take that. That looks really good. I received a Rocco Statue of Liberty muffin pan today. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen those. Yeah, those are neat. Somebody, man, I don't know how come those are all of a sudden like making their rounds, but that's like, you're like the third person, and I haven't seen those in years, but you're like the third person that I've either heard from or saw that that got one, and I haven't seen those in forever ago. And now I'm hearing of a lot of people picking them up. Yeah, like I said, there was somebody else. There was somebody on one of my streams, or one of my feeds, my cast iron feeds, and they got one, and they were asking, they were like, what does anybody know about them? And I mean, they're American made. They're one of those weird companies. It's kind of where they did some that were Asian and some that were from the US. But the Statue of Liberty ones, as far as I know, are from the US. It's kind of like the Game of Thrones skillet. I'd never seen one in real life, and then all of a sudden I saw like 3 Game of Thrones skillets, like all of a sudden. I don't know if it's just because one person put one up or what. Yours came in the original box. Oh, that's really cool. That's like super cool. I don't think I've ever seen it. I don't think I've ever seen it. You have to send me a picture of the box itself. I don't think I've ever seen it. Oh, I almost forgot the sour cream. I did forget the sour cream. Made that big deal about talking about the sour cream and how to get it right. When I went ahead and left it off there. This is definitely messy. Yeah, they're neat. They have a lot. I kind of did a dive on them the other day. I can't remember all the stuff that I looked at that they had, but yeah, like I said, I hadn't seen them. I saw them when I first, like years ago, and then all of a sudden I've seen a bunch of people having them out here lately. Yeah, Bob, this is really messy, and it's hard to eat around this. The stand's not making it any easier, to be really honest. I've got like taco sauce down on the floor, and a pepper or two. Get some of that picked up before I step in it. And then walking it, because I'm in my house slippers, end up walking it all over the house. Ugh. But yeah, those are pretty neat. They had a lot of stuff, man. Kind of like the Richard Wright. Kind of like how Wright had all that kind of stuff. Just had all this. I mean, just all kinds of weird muffin pans and all these different things. I know I need an island, right? Beard bath after the show, yeah. Go out and hose off. It's actually warm enough here today. I could probably just go out and hose it off outside. Well, it's over told me a little more. But they are really good. And that tenderizing. Because sometimes if you use a flank steak, it can be tough. Flank steak. Generally, I like the skirt steaks, but because they're a little bit thinner and they're faster. They're faster to do. They're just kind of like, it's almost like a Pittsburgh blue steak. It's just like 30 seconds on one side, 30 seconds on another. But they just look so, they were just so fatty. And I know fat's flavor, but fat's, you get it, you only get so much flavor from fat before it just becomes gross. Yeah, right. Give the dog will be waking me up when I'm trying to sleep. The dog will be licking my face. And that dog, speaking of the dog, I don't know how she's figured this out, but she got a bunch of new shirts for Christmas and all this other stuff. The dog is scored for Christmas. She's got a bunch of new shirts. She got a new bed. She got a new blanket. But these shirts, she's figured out how to take these shirts off. And now all of a sudden I'm like finding these shirts all over the house. Like she came out, I was out here kind of prepping up for tonight's live stream. And I looked down and she'd been back in my bedroom, like kind of sprawled out in front of the fan. And just kind of taking, doing what dogs do, doing dog stuff. And she came out here to go out before I started doing stuff. And her shirt was gone. Her shirt was off, and I couldn't find it anywhere. I still can't find it. Like I went back and because I make my bed most mornings. I make my bed when I get up, and I went and looked like down underneath the blankets and all in between the bedspread and the sheets and the blankets and all that stuff. I couldn't find. I don't know what the hell she's done. And this is the second one of these shirts that have just become like gone, that she just got like a week ago. And she doesn't hate putting them on. She just figured out how to take them off. Yeah, it's seasoning. Just seasoning the beard. Call it beard dye. I have a nice red streak in my beard tonight. Man, these are good. Messy as hell, but yeah, like I said about the seasoning, I'm gonna wipe my hands off. I'll show you guys that. Show the people out there that maybe aren't cast iron aficionados, but I'm gonna show you guys this right quick. For you guys that are kind of getting into it or new to it. So you've seen me eat about enough of this, but here's, people ask sometimes like how I clean some of these skillets, and when I have a dedicated pan like this one, that just does eggs, tortilla shells, sandwiches, stuff like that, like this one, I don't do anything to it. I do absolutely as little to it as I possibly can. And as far as cleaning this goes, there's oil around the edges. And I'm going to get that so it doesn't pool up. And so it doesn't do anything like that. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of oil. Just a touch of oil on this thing. And we're going to rub that on there. Because that one part in the center dried up a little bit where all the oil got used up. And put that on there. And get my handle and just take the rest of that. Make sure it's dry. You don't want to be pulling it up on there. And then just flip it over. Take that same little bit of oil. Get down into that logo. Get down into any of the little spots on there like that. Into the handle. And that's it. And you can see on there that is like the seasoning. This thing is just flat anymore because it's so all that shiny stuff. That's seasoning. It's not just a lot of times when you see people that when you see like people showing like how to like season cast iron. A lot of times it's just black. They've wiped off all the seasoning and everything else. This has barely ever been washed. That's seasoning all on there. You can see the shiny stuff. All that shiny stuff on the inside, that's all seasoning. And that's hard as a brick bat. It's like nail polish on there. So a lot of times you will see some that are just black. I have them. Skillets that I've restored, seasoned one time, 2 times. And they're not heavily seasoned, they're just black from the color change, from the carbon heating up and stuff. But that skillet there, that's 100% seasoning. Okay, eat this up. This last little bit, man, this doesn't even look like food anymore. This is gross. All right, there we go. All right. Anyway, thanks everybody for showing up. Kind of small, kind of quick, but there's always Sunday. So anyway, I'm gonna jump off here. I'm gonna finish eating. I'm gonna clean this up. I'm gonna put my meat, the rest of this meat away, and get everything taken care of for the night. But I appreciate everybody for stopping by on a unscheduled night of just hanging out and having some tacos or having some fajitas and margaritas with me for about an hour. I greatly appreciate it. Greg Hart, I appreciate you so much for moderating this madness. Oh, there's Rick. What's going on, Rick? Buzz Fork, thanks so much for stopping by. and everybody else. But I think I'm going to jump out of here. I'm going to get this stuff cleaned up, and I think we'll just see everybody Sunday. I might pop on tomorrow and actually do a little something. I've got a little something up my sleeve for that I've been wanting to get done. So turn your notifications on, hit the subscribe button, and possibly, yeah, wrong coward. See you, buddy. And possibly do another pop-up for tomorrow, because these things of rescheduling in the last 2 weeks it's not been all that awesome. I like to do it in my scheduled times, but anyway, so check out, leave your notifications on for tomorrow. I might be jumping on, and then Sunday for sure we're gonna have a stir fry Sunday, break out the wok and do something different. We're gonna try another Asian takeout, and we're gonna go from there. All right, but anyway, I'm gonna jump off here, and we'll see you guys soon. We'll see you Sunday. All right, see you.